Here we go. So if you have a blanket block mat, let's start standing today and just shake the body out, shake the hands, shake the shoulders, hips, kind of wake it up a bit, and then take a wide stance with the feet. So something I really like to do is start in a confident stand. Engage the quadriceps, which will lift the kneecaps, and then relax it, push it to the floor with the feet, engage again, and just hold that strength. And then try to relax a little bit of the glute. And your glutes are gonna probably fire up just a little bit. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale all the way back down, big stretch, and all the way in this half circle. Reach beyond the circle. Let your whole arms just extend out and feel the energy from your heart outwards and upwards. And then all the way back down, still strong in your stance. Take it side to side. Inhaling right, exhaling left. You exhale through the mouth. The arms are loose, flinging, and they sort of tap or wrap around the waist. And this is a slow pace right here. You might be a little faster, a little bit slower. We're gonna quicken it and bring the arms up so they're floating, and then take it side to side. Inhale to the right, we'll swap it, exhale to the left. Through the nose, through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. Ultimately, you want to take this quite briskly. Let's go 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Let the arms release. Take the shoulders, roll up and back and down, forward, up, back and down. And with the legs stance still quite wide, we're gonna just pop up on to the ball of the foot on one side, and then pop up on the other side. Pop up using the calf, and then roll it down, pop up and roll it down. Pop up, right side, rotate through the ankle. Give the ankle some rotation here, press it back down. Let's go to the other side, big circle. And then bring the feet together. We'll hop. We'll take the feet again with the heel popping, but the toe as well. So you're just gonna lift and then push off the floor with your toe to get a lift of the whole foot. We're just alternating right and left, and you might feel like a horse galloping or a cat pawing the floor, or something like that. Interesting. You can just go side to side. 2 and 1. Release it, tap the knees, take it in a circle. And the other direction. And then hop the hips wide again, or feet wide again, and take the hips now in that big wide circle. And the other direction. And shoulder rolls. Take the arms all the way overhead. Let's keep the wide stance. Fingers interlaced, and the pointer finger is extended, so it looks like this. And shoot it up and over to your left or right side, whichever one you're doing here. Inhale, come back to center. And over to the other side. We try to stay in that more upright position and get the extension through the side body by reaching and pulling the hands towards the diagonal. Come back to center. Show the feet together. Say the thing. Over to your right side. Breathe in. Breathe out. This time, just go a little bit deeper. Hold it. Use your oblique. Raise to the sky. Inhale. Exhale over to the other side. Go in through the low belly. You really want a sense of or sensation of holding space for the low back by drawing the belly in super strong, holding that side plank. And then release it. Take the hand and bring the fingers all the way to the floor to bow. Inhale, hands to the top of the shin. This will take the flat back style, and then exhale, round it in. Inhale to the flat back. Exhale, hands to the waist, elbows to the sky, and raise it all the way back up. We're going to warm the legs up a little bit here. Come to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweeping motion up. Exhale, forward bow. And inhale to a flat back. You step the right leg back. And bring the knee to the floor. I'm going to use a blanket to be gentle on my knee a little bit. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend. We're going to go forward and back. A bow in on the straight leg. A lift of the heart on the bent leg. Or vice versa with the breath. One more time. That's pretty intense, pretty tight for me. And then lift the back knee. Let's come all the way back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Knees to the floor, chest and chin. Exhale. Inhale, low cobra. Take a minute here in the low cobra and just sway side to side. Pull the low belly in. Keep the legs pretty strong. Shoulders pulling back. Heart open. And then exhale, take it all the way back into downward facing dog. Raise the right leg. Inhale. We'll bend the knee and open through the hip. Rotate through the ankle. I'm going to square the shoulders back up towards the floor and then circle through the hip. The right hip's going all the way around. Keep the arms straight and strong. And then tap your right leg. We're going to extend it and drop it behind the left ankle. Still squaring the hips. Inhale, raise it back up. Then exhale, get forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, tap across. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let's bring it forward. All the way to the top and all the way back. Last time. Tap. Lift. And giant step. So I'm bringing the right foot all the way around to the right hand and to the top of the mat. Give it a little pulse action forward and back. Where you keep the back knee off the ground on this one. And then straighten and bend. And you notice that we're on the other leg is forward where we began. Oh, where's my block? Yes, use a block if you need one. That's going to be super helpful. We sometimes forget, right, that we have this little helper here. And then we muscle it. So this is a way to get the front leg to straighten out completely. Let's bend and then come all the way forward. Inhale to flat back if you're quite uneven. Exhale, hold in and then all the way to standing. Bring the hands to your heart center. Just take a break. Just how you feel. We'll do that same thing on the other side. Inhale, reaching sun or half moon to the right. Inhale back to center. Half moon to the left. Inhale back to center. Lift up and back, and then take a bow. Inhale, lift to flat back and step your left leg back this time. The opposite knee to the floor. And we'll do the same thing, straighten the right leg and bend. Again, you can use your block. There's always an option here. Straight and bend. Out the block. So standing balances today. A little forward, step all the way back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to a high plank. Exhale, bring the knees, the chest and shin to the earth. Move into low cobra. Give it a little sway. Strong through the hands, pads of the fingers, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Inhale, bend the knee. We'll start with a little rotation around the ankle. Now, make sure you're not dumping into that right arm and the right side body. Keep it long. Pull the right hip back. Then we'll begin that circling motion with the right hip through the right hip. You change it up a little bit here if you'd like. Just try straightening the left leg and then crossing as you lower behind the right. Bring it back up. And then bring the elbow or knee all the way up to the elbow. Sweeping motion back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. And this time bring it all the way around to the top of the mat. Now we're on the left leg. Give a little pulse action here, forward and back. And we'll straighten the left leg. Use the block again. We always have this little tool here that's going to be helpful. And then bend straight and bend. And we've gone all the way around both sides. It should feel so much clearer in the back body, so much easier to navigate the hamstrings. Now, push off with the back foot and step forward. Inhale to a flat back. Together, exhale, hold in. Inhale, all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart. We'll take a little hop. You widen your stance. And a turn out. Shoot the hands to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bend and bring the elbows to the knees. So we're coming into a little squat. Hips the height of your knee. Inhale, back up. And exhale, little squat. Note that the knees are over the ankles and in the direction of the second and third toe. So as you come down, do not compromise by bringing the knees forward. Keep them back. And if you need something here, bring a block to actually sit on. We're going to come all the way into that deeper squat right here, with or without the block. The block can be at any height or just right here. Ooh. A lot of work. Bring the arms wide. You're gonna wrap right hand all the way around your right ankle, or keep it here. Do not force it. Okay, there's no reason to do that. Left arm reaching up, and then release. Left arm coming around, right arm lifting. A little go back, a break, then press the palms to the floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, plant the hands, step or jump back to the plank. We'll take our first chaturanga. That is with the knees on the ground, lower to the floor. Inhale to low cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Push the floor away with the pads of the fingers. You got a good, strong, solid grip. Hand on the ground. I'm going to move the block or the blanket out of the way here. And then give a little pulse action. with the heels. A little shake down. Inhale, take the right leg to the sky. And step all the way through. By now, we're getting a little bit warm in the body. Inhale to a warrior one. All the way up. Exhale to a warrior two. Reverse the warrior. And then come back through side angle. Let's do that again. Reversing the warrior. Inhale. Then exhale, touch down. We're going to bring the right hand, right leg. And then do it all the way up again, hands behind the base of the spine. Lace the fingers here, straighten the leg. And then bend the knee, take it well forward. Humble warrior. Release. Right hand down, left arm to the sky. And take it all the way back to the earth. Popping the back heel. Bring the right arm around. Let's give it a little twist. The right hand circling back. Forward and up. Full range of motion through the shoulder. Drop down on the third rotation here. We'll plant the hands. Step all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank, chaturanga. Does the knees come to the floor and bend? Inhale, low cobra. Or a full upward facing dog, so your choice. An upward facing dog, the space between the floor and the hip is all the way down to the top of the foot. That's where you feel the pressure. And then we'll take it back into downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Step through warrior one, pressing the back heel to the floor. Raise the arms to the sky. Let's bring the hands to the thigh for a moment here. Get a deep bend in the front knee, and then pull the ribs in. Anchor the rib towards the hips. Square the hips forward, and then raise it up. So you're out of your low back, and there's a little tone in the heel of your left foot. Engaging the glute to sweep it under. Arms raise, and that should help you stay very safe in the low back. So there's no pinching whatsoever. Full breath in, full breath out, then take it to a warrior two. So we just simply turn the feet, now they're in line with each other. Reverse the warrior. Inhale, exhale, side angle. So come back through, rest the forearm on the thigh, keep a good space here as a triangle through between the thigh and the arm. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, touch down. So still side angle, just a little more intense. So we're pushing, taking the fingers all the way to the floor. 3 breaths here. And then foot all the way back up. Lace the hands. My poor front leg right now is on fire. Take it into a bow. A humble warrior. Just 2 or 3 breaths here. Resting the shoulder on the thigh if you'd like. And bring the left hand to the floor, right arm to the sky. And we're back in that side angle. Exhale, rest the right hand to the floor, popping the back heel, and we'll open down to the side wall. And take a big circle. Plant the hand to the floor, step back, chaturanga. Lower all the way down here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, double dip, downward facing dog. I'm going to build a little strength through the arms. And step or jump your feet to your hands. We're going to bring the feet wide when you jump forward. So they're outside and turn outside the wrist and turned out. Looks like this. Land lightly. Bring the hands forward, knees up onto the tricep, and take a little arm balance. So Bakasana. We've workshopped this before. If you haven't seen that workshop, the way to work this out is to start in your squat, Malasana. The fingers, hands to the floor, really pushing to the mat here. Push the floor away with the hand. Elbows into the knees, knees into the elbows, and then float one foot. And then the foot doesn't really have to come off, but it could. Inhale to flat back. Releasing the wrist, exhale, fold in. Inhale, let's come all the way to standing. Top of the mat, palms together, hands to heart. Lace the fingers and then release the wrist. In both directions. Whew. Step. You can be at the top of your mat. I'm just going to face you for a moment. Shift the weight into the right foot. Bring the left knee into the chest here. And rotate through the ankle. Now, as you're holding the knee, instead of leaning back, actually lift upright by pushing the standing foot into the floor. A little stronger and then firm the low belly. So you feel tall and then balance. Stick the arms out. Stretch the leg out. And lower back to the earth. Shake it out. Second side, shift the weight to the left foot. Bring the right knee in. Ooh. And again, very upright. Think about taking the top of the thigh back. We'll support the energy with a little balance here, opening the arms if you can keep it there. And extend the leg out. Ooh. And lower. Let's go back to the first side. And it's always great to have a wall near you, wall, couch, table, to support when you need that balance. You need a little support for the balance. Okay, strong right leg, bring the left knee in. We're gonna grab the big toe or use a strap to wrap around the ball of the foot. This is a lot of flexibility, and if the muscles aren't there yet, use a strap around the ball of the foot. And then extend the leg forward. You could also bring the hands here underneath the thigh and then extend the leg. That might feel a lot better for some. And then take it out to the side. So once you're ready, you're gonna lift the thigh bones up and then spiral them out. And then engage the glute. You're all the way to the side of the left leg. Pause here, bring it back to center, and then we're going to swap. So even if the knee is bent, the swap happens here, and we twist and open the other direction. It's a little twist, or the leg is all the way forward. Your choice. And the wall behind me is really helping me right now. Let's come back to center. Release the leg, hold, and lower. That was a long time to hold that foot in the air. Sometimes the foot that's on the ground is going to work extra hard, and you'll feel those muscles tense up as well. So shake the legs out. And let's do that on the second side. Hasta Padangustasana. It's just hand to foot pose, extended in teacher style. So we bring all the weight back into the left leg, bring the right knee in. And this is a perfectly legit place to stay and just find your balance. You could be against the wall, uprighting the shoulders. Don't go further if that is appropriate and feels good to you, and that's the adventure you want to take on today. If you'd like to adventure the leg forward, then you can go for that. Pick it for a couple of breaths here. I'm holding the big toe. You can also use the strap. And when I bring it to the side, I'm not opening it here and sticking that hip out. I'm lifting, rotating the inside back, and then under. That's going to give you a lot more mobility through the hip, I promise. Okay. And then bring it back to center. With that really strong connection, bend the knee. Reach the outer foot or outer knee here. and twist. The waist going from left to right. Back to center, keep the leg high. You're gonna release it and then lower. Yeah, awesome, shake it out. Practice it, you can do it. Balance comes pretty quickly. Usually when you start your yoga practice. So yeah, let's take just a big wide stance. So you're gonna face the side lengthwise on your mat, take a big wide stance. Open the arms to the sky, inhale, and then exhale. Take it under, shifting the hips way back. Hikini. A little bend in the knee. Make sure the knees aren't bowing in here, that they're widening, wide the thighs. Stick the glutes out, bring the hands all the way to the floor, and prasarada hinge, so the hands are forward, the hips are back, all the way to the heel. And it feels super good. And side to side. Inhale, bring the hips in line with the heels. Put your right hand or left hand to the floor and then open to the right. Release, back to center. Left hand to the sky. All the way around. And back to center, to the floor. You're going to turn the right leg out. Keep the left foot where it's at. And walk the hands up to the diagonal. So we're in a warrior two, essentially. And walking out. And give it a good stretch in the front. Yeah, back to center. Form to the thigh, reach up. And come into reverse warrior. Back to side angle. Touch down, come through the middle. To the other side. So we're switching feet now, facing this direction. Facing to the left hands, reaching out, bow forward. A humble warrior here, but the hands are on the floor. So this with this leverage, you can open the knee, left knee towards, open it just a little bit more. Keep it in line with the direction of the foot. And then bring it back. Forearm to the thigh. That's how we'll raise ourselves back up. Reverse the warrior. Exhale, tap down. Let's come through center, all the way over to side angle on the other side. Reach the arm overhead. Inhale up and reverse it. Exhale, touch down. Come to center. Side angle. Big stretch through the side body. Reverse. Tap down. New center this time. Side angle, we'll mix it up here. Reverse warrior with a straight leg. And then come into triangle. From triangle, we'll take it into half moon. Bring your hand to the waist. And the front knee, push off. And kundala, the arm over. Big circle. Half moon again. Use your block, that cute little prop. Is very handy underneath the right hand. And bend the knees and take it into Shavasana style. Ooh, sugar cane. Release, bring it all the way back to the floor, side angle. Come to center. To the left, reverse the warrior. Ooh, that's pretty intense. This time with a straight leg, triangle pose. And let's take your top arm, give it a big circle as you push off and come forward. So the block, have a block or something here to support you. And underneath the block. And then we rotate forward. You know, these props are fairly inexpensive. You can get a set for under 20 bucks, most likely. And they can be a really big help. Coming out of this, back in the side angle, take your block with you. See, now I would step back. That gives you a little more height and awareness. And bring it all the way back up to standing. Straighten both legs, high V, star pose. Exhale, hands to the base of the spine. Pada Hasta style, so bound hands behind the back and bow forward. Usada Padottanasana, or forward fold. Strengthen the legs, hug the inner thighs, shoulder floss and thread up and down, and then release the hands to the floor. Inhale, up, exhale, let's walk it over. Right. Right, step back and take our chaturanga again. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale back into downward facing dog. We're pretty primed now for the split. That's where we're going. That'll take us through our last movements. Before we do that, just stretch the whole front side of the body and the hip slightly. So bring the right leg up to the sky and all the way through to a low lunge once again. Drop the back knee, bring your right arm inside the right leg, out. We'll take a little deeper stance, forward to the block, or all the way to the floor. Bend the back knee. This is step one, just opening the hip. Again, if you have a blanket under the knee, that's super helpful. And for the most part, we're on top of the quad when you bend the knee, not on the kneecap. This is the kneecap, that's a bad place to be. You come all the way back, stretch the front leg. Again, use the block. Be aware of how this feels in your body and what's supportive. Dig the heel in, draw the right sit bone back, and then bow in. I'm going to take the hands forward, head to the shin, and really ignite the power of the hamstring by pushing the heel into the. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. And then you'll lift. Take the block outside the right ankle, hand to the block, ankle to the block, and raise. A little bit of that IT band and hip to stretch. And the knee this time, the block stays right here on the outside. You want to take your front heel, pull it back, drag that back knee. So you put all the fleshy part behind you on the knee as you bend it, and then take the same hand to foot, draw the heel to the glute to the heel. And if this is important, this is not good on your knee, or you have knees that don't like this, we're simply stretching the quad. You could stand up, you could do that same stretch. You can even take that super to the floor, prone on your belly, and do the same thing, right? So just showing different ways. This is my preferred way, but that's because I'm built the way I'm built. That's a preference to me. So find your preference and stick with that. Grow with it. Lean into something new all the time. And release it. Free up the back leg, straighten the front. And then what we're going to do is keep the block in the middle of the mat, tip the toes up, and then shift the heel towards the corner, the right corner of your mat. And then bring the hip all the way to the block. It may or may not. Wherever you stop, bring your back knee to the floor. Keep the front leg toned. So you're, again, pressing the heel in and gently pulling back. Lower that. Walk again. The way to lower yourself down gently is to turn the back toes under, lift the knee, and just start to slide slowly and gently glide into a split. And I'm on a diagonal for a reason. My left leg's on the left side, right leg on the right side, because it's a little easier to get in here, sneak it in versus going straight on. You're gonna hold for about 5 to 10 breaths. And I'm just moving in a way that supports the best stretch and greatest stretch, most purposefulness in my body. You do the same for your body. So purposeful would be, I can still walk after this class and tomorrow. I thank myself for the things I'm giving right to my body, the strength I'm creating today. Okay, so to come out, you push the floor away, drag the heel all the way back in. Come into a hands and knees position. You're gonna feel mighty different in left and right legs. Nice, easy cat-cow. Into a downward facing dog. And then we'll step the left leg to the top of your mat. It's action here. And then bring the knee to the floor gently. And take it a little bit deeper. Call this lizard. So the forearm comes to the block. And if that's too much, hand to the block. Just stay here. Walk your foot out slightly. And we'll just open that hip and bend the back knee. The importance is, look at my hip where in relationship to the knee. It's not above the knee because that puts me on my kneecap. You need to take it forward. So give yourself some space. You need a giant step between your front foot and your back knee. To make that happen, most of the weight is forward in the block for me. So it's not putting a lot of pressure on the back knee. Plus, you should be using a blanket. Let's drop the back foot, straighten the front leg. Square it up, dig the heel in. Drag the left sit bone back. Now take it all the way in. Walk your hands forward and bring them to the block. Bow in. Hold it steady. As you come back up, you'll take the block and place it over the ankle, right hand on top of the block. Now steady yourself. This is definitely a balance. And then you're going to rotate through the waist. You're looking at the side wall, and if you'd like, open the left arm. Hug in with the belly, rotate right to left. Pretty powerful. Slowly and gently. The block stays outside. You're going to bend the front knee. Slide the back knee so you're on top of the quad when you bend. And then we'll reach around, same hand. So we're back here, stretching and opening, powerfully opening the back leg. We're getting ready now to bring it to the floor. Ooh, in our full split. Stay with me. Gently. This is a powerful muscle, a large muscle. Really open that up. And bring the hand to the floor, release the leg back down, staying up. Be careful with the knee. There's definitely those transitions need a lot of care. Straighten the front leg. Ooh, and shift. My right foot to the right side, my left heel is aiming to the left front corner. Now when you get to the point where, okay, that's it, bring your back knee to the floor. A block underneath the left sit bone. And maybe this is where you're at right here, half Hanuman. That's great. I want you to work on the the stretch wherever that is for you. Okay, some folks will need to go a little bit longer with the legs, and some will have a little shorter stance. That's perfectly fine. If you're not doing it, if you're in a half Hanuman, you're doing it. You're doing the work. So stay in the work. Woo. 2 more breaths. Keep a powerful anchor in that front heel. Remember that the power is in the strengthening as well as the lengthening of the front hamstring. This requires so much power and strength. Yes. Just gently come out, push the floor away. Draw the left heel in, bending the knee. Awesome. And then step it back. Hands and knees. Ooh. We're going to walk the hands cross right hand wrist over left. Push the hip to the right. Center, hands and knees. Cross left wrist over right. Push the hips to the left. Back to center and it's right leg forward into pigeon. Scoop yourself back again, turn the toes under, lift the knee, slide the right hip back. Inhale, up right, exhale, float down. Let's do that twice more. And then just bring it all the way down. It's going to be an awesome stretch for your hip. Ooh, that full release after the Hanuman. That was a lot of work. I realize we don't do the splits very often, if ever. So we'll find some muscles and places in the body that haven't worked or stretched before. It's okay. You might feel a little sore. Drink lots of water today. That's going to help. Eat good food. Nourish yourself. Take care of the vessel. Back it back up. Stretch it back into downward facing dog. Press the legs out. We'll take it to the second side. Left leg comes through. Diagonally across the mat. Inhale. Raise the torso. Exhale. Float forward. Inhale. Lift. Exhale. Float. Reach forward. Last one. Hold it all the way to the earth. Walking the hands forward. Deep dive. Forehead to the mat. Getting that full, deep stretch in the hip. 3 or 4 more breaths. You stay there. One more breath. So walk the hands all the way back up carefully. Coming out. This time we're going to shift all the way to the left hip. And then just bring your right leg all the way around. All the way around, over the top of the left. And if you need to leave early, right now is a great time to take Shavasana. All I'm going to do is finish out the stretching of the hip. So you want 1 or 2 minutes in Shavasana. I know some of us are tight on time. Don't cheat yourself out of the Shavasana. That's what I would ask is if you're tight on time, or if you're coming in and replaying this video and doing 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it is, make sure you get that rest. So stay at least a minute, and I would time it. Make sure you're on your mat, relaxed and completely at peace in that restful state of Shavasana. So we're going to come here, Gomukhasana. We're squaring up the knees. Oh, inhale, exhale, take it forward. That is always a deep stretch for me. Oh. Breathe in, breathe out. It takes a lot of effort in my part. So some friends are going to feel a little safer in the knees if you're propped up on a block. And some friends are going to feel safer if your leg is not all the way back. Okay. Do what feels purposeful. I'm going to switch it up, be creative, get creative in what works for you. So let's see. The left leg stays where it's at. Oh, no, no. We're just going to switch. So we're going to go all the way around to the back. We'll rotate. And then we're seated. The left leg's on top. Put the knee, give it a little spin. Breathe in, breathe out. And then come back to center. Draw the heel to the hip. And bow in. Oh, excellent. Sweetness through the hip. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, raise up. Now we're just going to shift the weight back so you can unfold the legs. That's a pretty intense posture, that Gomukhasana. Let me show you some ways to do that. Is keeping the base leg straight when we go into this twist, and then when we bring the knees together, we keep one leg straight. You'll feel it in a different place. I mean, this one always pulls my IT band. But it also takes the pressure off the knees, and you need to keep the knees safe. This is another option that I really like. The figure 4, and then you place a block. Let me do it this way. Place a block to the side, and I have the blade of the foot on the block and it's pushing in, so it's not digging into my quad. Lift up. It's important to get the lift on top of the sit bone, and then you lean forward. Ooh, I love this. Let's do it together here. So, all in. Oh, opposite hand to foot. This is the triple threat stretch. Call it, because it's the hamstring, the low back, and the hip. And man, oh man, you're going to feel it in one of those spots a little deeper than others. And for me, it's always the hip. For some friends, it's going to be your hamstring, and you never feel it anywhere else. That's okay. When I really open that hip, and I'm warming it pretty early, so not that warm, I can get far enough forward, which I'm not right now, and I can start to feel the stretch in the low back. I don't feel that yet, right? Because my hip is stopping me. That's okay. We just meet our body where it's at. Let's go to the other side and try this, figure 4. Again, ankle across the knee. We're going to block underneath the blade of the foot, lean forward. Opposite hand to foot. Again, it's just really important to feel sensation. You want to be sensational without stealing the show and breaking it all apart. Too far, too deep. Soon. Reset. To release that all together. Come onto your back, knees to the chest. Little circle. Just going to end with my favorite spinal twist. Block between the knees. You drop the knees over to the right. Hands come out. And then roll your head to the right. Roll to the left. Back again to the right. And back again to the left. If you like, bend your left elbow. Place a fist to the side of the head. And then you're gonna push the head into the hand and release it and press again. Just that little bit of isometric work for the neck helps my neck turn a little easier. Screw it back to center. Take a happy baby. Realign the spine. Push down on the sole of the foot, right in the middle. Shins are parallel, the knees are bent up to your armpit right here. And then bring the knees back together over to the left. And then roll the head to the left and to the right. Pause here, bend the right elbow. Make a fist to the side of the head. Push the head into the fist. It's just like I'm trying to turn my head back to center. I'm trying to roll it back. That gives me some pressure. And then just release the pressure. You create a soundboard, head into the fist, just holding it steady, and then release the pressure. Very simple, but effective. Bring it back to center. A fist to the forehead, push the forehead up, as if you're trying to lift your head off the ground, and then release it. And then push the head into the floor. That should raise the shoulders and release it. Good, come into Shavasana. Legs to the pocket. A little pulse action with the feet. And then release it. Oh, take your time getting here, perfectly relaxed, perfectly released, all the way to the floor. Relax, release, purposefully. Here in peaceful pose. All out, all go. Sweet, entertaining that sweet spot for your body to rest and digest. The class we just did. We just did standing postures. We did a balancing arm posture. We did the splits today, which we haven't done, if ever. Great job. One more minute. When you're ready, simply take a deeper breath into the belly. Let it rise and fall. As you exhale, and send it through the extremities, moving the wrists and ankles, fingers and toes. And eventually coming upright. The seated posture. Just take a humble bow. Acknowledge yourself for coming. Acknowledge yourself in appreciation. I am fantastic, or I am grateful, so grateful for my body, my shoulders, my neck, whatever it is. Like send a little gift of acknowledgement, love, accolades to yourself. Because if you don't, who will? Honestly, and then you set yourself up in a high vibration that you are able to do that for others. When we hold space, and that's a high charge, life becomes problems life poses for us at any level are easier to tackle when our energy is up level. It just don't be shy about really leaning into a higher vibration, a higher level, a higher state. And that state is not fear. Fear is a very low level. Courage, joy, happiness, love, acknowledgement. Those are high vibrational entities. So the more we wrap ourselves around or envelop ourselves with that charge, the life doesn't become easier, but life's problems become easier to solve. You're still gonna have life. And that's my A to Z today for you. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. Go out and have a beautiful, wonderful day today.